Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me on this rainy Monday morning here in Rhode Island to get the week off to a start. Gonna catch up on some sort of administrative type items for the channel. Have to show an Ovechkin card from his goal over the weekend. Got what looks like a holiday card from a fellow YouTuber, and then have some baseball pickups that I want to show off. They're actually older baseball pickups that I bought like well over a year ago, and they've been sitting in the monster box of cards, that I need to find the time to kind of scan in and sort and add to my collection proper. So I wanted to take a look at some of those as well. Been doing a lot of hockey content on the channel recently, so I wanted to do a episode sort of dedicated to baseball for the most part. But before we get to that, wanted to show a new Alex Ovechkin card. On the hockey front, did pledge to show a new Ovi every time he scores in this NHL season that's underway. He scored goal number 20 of his campaign over the weekend, which is amazing. 36 years old. Most 36-year-olds would be happy with 20 as a season total. But Ovi is already at 20, and it was also significant because it was the 750th goal of his career. He is only the fourth player ever to achieve that after Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, and Jaromir Jagr. And the only player in that group to play his entire career in the 21st century NHL. So congratulations to Ovechkin. Wanted to choose kind of a significant card, given that it was his 750th career goal. So I chose one from the 2012-13 Fleer Retro hockey release. This set has amazing sort of throwback inserts, and I've shown other examples before, like this EX, Sidney Crosby with the acetate on the left and the shiny foil on the right, or even better, this electrifying Evgeny Malkin, which I showed in the early days of the channel. I'm just a huge fan. I think Upper Deck did an amazing job with this set. These are hard to find inserts, a decade or so later here. And I have a great Ovechkin that I got about a year ago now on Sport Lots. It is the Ultra All-Stars Alex Ovechkin. Look at the shimmer and rainbow shine and sort of cube design there going on in the background. You can see the lighting's not cooperating too well. It's pretty rainy, as I mentioned, here in Rhode Island, but you can see even his name has sort of foil elements to it. This is almost like maybe a more organized atomic or ice type refractor, but it's really more of a rainbow than it is a refractor. But either way, just a fantastically cool Ovechkin card from the Fleer Retro hockey release in 2012. A little bit hard to make out, but you can see it along the bottom there. Just fantastic. This is the only one of these that I've been fortunate enough to land of any player. I'm glad it was Ovechkin. I scored that, if you can believe it, on Sport Lots for $9.99 about a year ago. And recently, I never really see this card come up very often in my searching for Ovechkin. Saw another copy about 2 weeks back, and it went for north of $200, if you can believe that. So that is looking like a pretty solid buy at $9.99 in retrospect. So there's the Ovi card for the day. I'm sure I'll be showing more Ovechkin as the year continues here with the pace that he's on, as long as he can stay healthy, knock on wood. Next up, we have what looks to be a holiday card here from Mr. Ronald Jackson. You can see in the upper right, better known to some of you by another name. So let's take a look here at what this is. And it is a Christmas card, as I had figured. Christmas blessings. This is awesome. May you have a blessed Christmas and a very prosperous New Year. Season's greetings. Merry Christmas from RJ Collects Sets, which is what I was alluding to when we opened this envelope. So RJ has just been awesome. More so than anybody in the card community here on YouTube, I feel as though I really owe RJ some cards. This is about the third time that he has sent me something just out of the blue, out of the kindness of his heart, and I have yet to hit him back. I did connect to you, RJ, on the trading card database, so I have the capability now to look over your want lists, and I hope to get something off to you very, very soon. hopefully even before the holidays here. But I apologize for the delay, and I appreciate your hobby friendship and support. It is so awesome of you to send along the cards that you've sent. And does it get any better than a Christmas card with actual cards in it? I don't know that it does. So here's a fun one right off the bat. Dodgers sushi. Don't get a raw deal. That's how we California roll in Los Angeles. 9 pieces, 1 for each inning. Pretty funny. This is, I think, from like a Wacky Packages set or something like that. I may be misquoting that, but a pretty funny sticker there. May actually, we'll see. I'm going to hang on to that one for now, but in the future, I could see myself repurposing that and sending it off to Pepino Man in a trade package. Here is a beautiful Select, really warming up to the Prism and Select baseball releases with that beautiful etching, licensing be damned. These cards are just fantastic, and this looks like a silver prism, which is basically akin to like a refractor in the Topps Chrome world, and that is just fantastic. I do not have this Devers. This is just amazing. I've actually been thinking of shooting an episode, which will probably be coming out in the next few days, with some Devers or Bogarts pickups, because it's been a little bit quiet in the off season, been focusing on hockey, but I still really do enjoy those guys. And then padding the second card in the envelope, we have another comical Dodgers card. We have the LA Dodgers blue paint. Paint the corners and shellac the competition. Love it. You got the baseball bat coming out of the paint jar instead of the paintbrush. Pretty cool, cool stuff there. So I appreciate the humor there, RJ, and it was a good way to pad out and protect these cards within the Christmas card. And look at this, this last card here from RJ. This is an insane Bogarts parallel out of that same Select set as or actually it looks like maybe a different release than the Devers. I get a little bit confused. I know with Select there are like 2 or 3 tiers of cards of the same player within each set, but this is amazing. I want to say this is called like a scope prism maybe, but it almost looks like, rotating baseballs as you move this thing around in the light. This is one of the more stunning looking Bogarts cards in my shiny Bogarts collection for sure. That is a home run. Just honestly an amazing card. The lighting is not really doing it justice. There we go. Man, I could stare at this thing for hours. Probably going to do that when I go back to sipping my coffee at the conclusion of today's video. That is simply fantastic. Thank you so much, RJ. I will definitely make an effort here to look at your TCDB want list, and hopefully I have some things that can fit and can get you a return package off soon to properly convey my gratitude, because you are definitely an awesome collector who I constantly see contributing to the cardboard community, and it is not lost on me that I owe you some cards. So thank you, RJ. And if you're not familiar by chance with RJ's channel, RJ Collects Sets, please check the link in the description below. Go give him a sub and a follow. You will not regret it. He's got an amazing collection. He's about as varied as I am, at least within baseball. He's really all over the map, and you are bound to see something that interests you and that you've likely never seen before, which is one of the bigger compliments that I could give to any YouTube channel out there. So thanks again, RJ. And now let's, almost 9 minutes in here, let's get to some baseball pickups, which I promised at the outset. Again, really been focusing on hockey a lot, but I still adore baseball cards. Hockey and baseball are sort of interchangeably my 1A and 1B, and, have been since I got into the hobby as a 7-year-old kid back in the late 80s, early 90s, and have some older baseball pickups. So I grabbed this one like a long while back. This is the F. Jackie Robinson out of Project 2020. Just really liked the theme to this one. I think the black border looks nice. You've got that iconic Jackie smile and a very familiar sort of middle portion, and then some nice like ornaments or small throw-ins. You've got Brooklyn 1952 there. The stadium, Ebbets Field, just above the nameplate. Kansas City Athletics logo worked into the, maybe the Kansas City Monarchs logo worked into the name on the nameplate. You've got the 4/15/47 along the border, the date of his debut. So just a lot of like little hidden gems around the border of this card. So really cool. Thought that one was neat. I think if memory serves, I got this one in a package deal when they were, typically they would offer the 2 cards of the week in a combined package for, a slight discount over buying each one individually. And I believe that's how I acquired that Jackie. So I don't have very much Project 70 or Project 2020. It's not really my bag for the most part, but I did make an exception for that one. Next up, I got 3 buybacks that came in a COM-C order recently, and these are all the Heritage Box Topper buybacks. I'm going to run these through and see if they fit the Franken set. These 50th anniversary Heritage Box Toppers are definitely my favorite type of buyback, bar none, at least in the baseball side of the house. So I got this Jake Gibbs, really nice catcher card here with the Yankees. Can't go wrong with a vintage Yankee card, even if it is a common. Got a really cool one here, Bill the Spaceman Lee, and this is his rookie card from 1970 Topps. You got the green monster in the background. The Sitco sign is visible. Absolutely fantastic. I believe I have this exact card in the Franken set already, but I picked this one up anyway because the price was right on COM-C for a Bill Lee rookie that's very rare like this. And I am starting a Z folio of entirely Heritage buybacks that are outcast from the Franken set. So this one will be a prized card in that Z. And then last but not least, from 1971 Topps, the toy cannon Jim Wynn of the Houston Astros. Really nice one here. Get a look at the back. Not as nice as the 71 O-Pee-Chee back, but I'm just a sucker for these buybacks. I don't know if any of those 3 will make the cut for the Franken set, but as I said, if not, I am starting a dedicated Z folio, which is already in progress, that features all of those Heritage 50th buybacks. So it'll be a hit either way. Here's a stray eBay pickup. This is the refractor version of the Pudge Rodriguez Chrome from 2008 Topps Heritage. This team set bag is actually kind of harming us from a reflection standpoint, but these are just beautiful. You can see the rainbow effect there going on. These are just great cards. I've gotten like the Ichiro and the Big Papi, I think, from this release. I'm not sure if I've shown the Big Papi yet, but wanted to add this Pudge. It was like $2 on eBay, so it was a no-brainer with cheap shipping. And I'll throw that one into the Heritage Chrome kind of mini collection. And then I want to close off here. This is a stack of cards, vintage cards that I got at the local antique store. And this shop, the first time I went in, they had the owner had a stack of cards on a display case, and it said $10. And it was maybe 40 cards or so deep. I start looking through the cards, and it was a little bit unclear to me if he meant $10 per card in the stack, because, there were cards like, like this one in the stack, which, would I pay $10 for this Fergie Jenkins? Probably not, from 68 Topps, but it did have a 10 on the sticker, so I wasn't sure. And I looked at the volume of the stack, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way it could mean $10 for the stack. But I asked him, and sure enough, he wanted $10 for the entire stack. So I could not buy that quickly enough. I've been back to this antique store a couple times since, and he hasn't really had any cheap deals like that. So I'm really glad I grabbed the one that I did. But what I'm going to show you here is actually just a small portion of that. There was another grouping of about 20 or so 1967 Topps commons that were in pretty good shape that I've already kind of scanned and filed away a while back. This was, this trip was over a year ago, but I had some top-loaded cards as well. So this Jose Abreu was kind of weird, and like the Lone Outcast, the Lone Modern card, he said he just had it lying around, so he kind of like threw it on the stack as a bonus. I'm not sure that I would have picked this up, normally, but it is his first Bowman. He's won an MVP, and his first Bowman Chrome, I should say. So I guess I'll happily accept that one and into my collection for now. And then what I was really after was the vintage. So again, ignore these price tags, because I think what this guy did is he had some nicer high quality vintage as well, some of it graded. But I think this constituted a lot of like his lower quality cards, or cards that weren't exactly, grading worthy. So these stickers mean absolutely nothing. Again, I paid $10 for all of these cards and then quite a bit more, but we got a 63 Frank Howard with the Dodgers, a 69 Fergie Jenkins, and this one's, these are not mint cards. I don't know if I can catch it in the light here, but there's a little bit of a crease that runs from the bottom of the Jenkins card up through the C and Cubs. The corners are a little bit, beat up, but, I kind of viewed it as I'm paying literally pocket change for these vintage Hall of Famers, and a lot of these are cards I just didn't have at all. So these will be good placeholders until, if and when I ever get around to replacing them. This is a high number at 640. And, originally at some point along the line, someone had this priced at $20, then hacked down, still had 20 on the front, but again, paid probably about 30 or 40 cents for that in the end. Here's the 68 that we looked at a minute ago that was tagged at $10. Relatively high number there at 410. These are all in good enough for me condition. Here's a 65 Aparicio with the Orioles. Really cool. This one I think is just maybe a common, but at least I'm not overly familiar with Mel Clark, but pretty neat card here. I love the 50s Bowman. I've mentioned that over and over, so hard for me to turn down any of those. This is from the 55 Color TV design set, and I just love the triple bat on the shoulder there. Just a cool photo. Nice Phillies card there. Had 2 copies of this, which was a Sporting News, those World Series highlights cards. So this is Tim McCarver's homer putting the Cardinals ahead. His 3-run blast, cool photo there. Pretty neat. You got Roger Maris congratulating McCarver. And you have the Game 3 World Series stats on the back. And then I got 2 of this as well. This is from 66 Tops, just a checklist. So this one's a little faded, you can tell, compared to this. But these are both unchecked and, relatively clean. So I'm not really pursuing this. This one's got a little paper loss. I'm not really pursuing the 66 release, but I kind of thought it was intriguing to get a couple 60s checklists in unchecked form like that. Here's a Don Sutton rookie, along with Bill Singer. Really cool card there. This is, at one point, the asking price on this was $60, marked down to 50. So paid about 50 cents. I'll take that. And then the last card was the one I was probably the most excited about, the 1970 Topps Mets Celebrate. We're #1, featuring my favorite childhood player, Nolan Ryan there, 3rd from the left. Just a fantastic photo, a card that I really, really appreciate because of that photograph and because of what it signifies in the history of baseball as a game, and that Miracle Mets team of the 1969 season. So that was an unbelievable, as I said, that was not even all of the cards that were in that stack for $10. So that was one of my better bargain buys of the last few years. Gave me a nice jump start on some 60s content on the vintage front, and got that nice Nolan Ryan, sort of Nolan Ryan, semi-Nolan Ryan card for that PC. So that is a wrap for today. Appreciate you stopping by on this Monday morning or whenever you happen to watch this after the fact. Hope you'll join me again. I do try to post new content daily. Hope you're enjoying the hobby. Hope everybody is staying safe this holiday season. And I will be back in the near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care. And thank you once again to RJ.